dragged me to church a few times, but I wouldn't say that we were a religious family. Like, no one in my family like sat down with me and we had a conversation about God. We had a conversation about religion. That just never happened for me. But the few times that I did go to church, I remember just hating it because I really didn't know what the heck was going on. It was a lot of loud music, a lot of weird dancing. The seats were uncomfortable. It was always too hot or too cold. It was just a very uncomfortable time. I just didn't like it, and I really didn't like how loud it was. Like, I do not like loud noises. I don't like loud music. So I just didn't know what the heck was going on, and none of the stuff that they was talking about resonated with me in any kind of way. Well, the real reason why I converted to Islam is because, one, I truly believe that Islam is the truth. I believe that everything that the Quran say, that's the truth, honey. And number two, I was trying to get right with the Lord. Like, point blank period, I need to be right with the Lord, okay? Like, I wanted the peace and the happiness and the fulfillment and the joy that I saw people have when they turned to religion. I wanted all of that. I wanted peace within myself, and I wanted peace with God. And Islam is literally the religion of peace. So it just made sense to me in my head. Fast forward, my brother actually converted to Islam as well. And me and him aren't really that close. I remember he was trying to talk to me about the religion, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? I don't want to talk about none of this right now. Like, no, we're not about to do none of this. But I also remember him giving me a book. And I can't remember the name of the book. I wish I could. I really wish I could. But I can't remember the name of the book. But basically the book had like a lot of like miracles in the Quran that the creator would only know, because we didn't have the technology to know these sort of things when they were revealed in the Quran. So it's just like, the person who made this, they're the only person that would know stuff like this. Like, one of the things that I specifically remember is that how the Quran said that we're made up of mostly water. And scientists didn't even know that until the microscope was freaking invented. And then they found out later. So I was just like, oh, these Muslims really know their stuff. And I've always believed in God. Like, I've never questioned his existence. I was never like an atheist or anything like that. The Bible just didn't really make sense to me. And it gave me a really unsettling feeling, especially when I got to college and I learned about how some things were put in, some things were taken out, some things were like a little misconstrued. Some people had like, there's like different authors. It's a book of stories. It's this version, it's that version. And that just, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And this is not a shot at anybody who believes in the Bible. Like, if you are a Christian, or if your Bible is your Bible and you swear by your Bible, that's all fine and dandy. This is not an attack on you. This is just my personal experience. I'm sure you're amazing, but the Bible just wasn't for me, okay? And one thing I can really appreciate about the Quran is that it can be traced back to years and years and years and years and years ago. Like, it is authentic. Like, that's one thing that I really, really like about the Quran, is that it is authentic. I feel like the Bible is like playing a game of telephone where the words get messed up and things like that. But I feel like the Quran is like someone passing notes. Like, this note is this, passes to the next person, passes to the next person, passes to the next person. The words aren't changing. The note is still with the note, but the telephone thing is like people are saying different things. So that's just my take on it. But that's one thing that like drew me to the religion, is that everything can be traced back to something, and you can see where the original roots are. And in Islam, they actually they encourage you to seek knowledge. They actually encourage you to read. I have been through every single emotion since becoming Muslim, and I still don't regret my decision for 1 second. I have learned so much, and there's still so much to learn, and there's still room for growth, and there's still room to make mistakes and to turn to God for forgiveness, because Allah is the most merciful. I know people talk about the haram police and things like that, but guess what? On the day of judgment, you will be judged by God. God is